this is Benny Bloss, and you're listening to the Motoxpod show, best one out there.
This is Alex Martin, and you're listening to the Motoxpod show.
Welcome to the Motoxpod show, starring Darkside, his co-host Scotty, sometimes TJ.
Oh, what's up, everybody? We are back. Another episode of the Motoxpod show tonight, brought to you by Cherubies USA. You guys know it all already. Cherubies USA has been the leader in moto plastic and accessories with products that fit perfect, look great, and last. Cherubies has what you need. So visit CherubysUSA.com today for their full plastic kits, individual pieces, hand guards, chain guides, and sliders, or anything else they offer. And don't forget to let them know the Motoxpod show sent you. Race Tech is on board. My suspension shipped out yesterday. It will be here tomorrow for Blue Crew. And Racetech is the world's largest aftermarket suspension modification company. All Racetech products include award-winning gold valves, and settings are 100% guaranteed. And, Scotty, they're made right here in the USA. America. Also, Racetech also offers state-of-the-art precision engine services and parts to all engine builders. So visit racetech.com for more info and use promo code MOTOXPOD to save. Fly Racing on board. Since 1998, Fly Racing has been developing and innovating its gear lines with riders like Justin Brayton, Zach Osborne, RJ Hampshire, Damon Bradshaw, Justin Brayton, Carson Mumford, Jalik Swoll, many more. Check out your local dealership and ask for Fly Racing with their list of products offered by WPS. X-Brand goggles. The new Lucid is out. This is the X-Brand Lucid Whole Shot Conversation. We're about to have that anyway. This is actually the sponsor, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Works Connection on board with products like the industry standard Pro Launch Start Device, the Elite Clutch Perch, radiator braces, customized master cylinder covers, and much more. It's hard to imagine you not going to worksconnection.com so you too can have what the pros use. Promo code MOTOXPOD20 to save. Eric reached out the other day, and somebody actually used the code, which I was excited for, but I was like, okay, so that means only one. One. Come on, guys. Do you not need a whole shot device or a clutch perch, an Elite clutch perch? Get them today. Hell, you can get a master cylinder cover with the Motoxpod logo on it and support us.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it now. Pause the show. Do it while you're listening.
Right now.
Yeah. Do it.
And you can't even blame it on me. I've actually been doing my job. I've been promoting these things. I've
noticed some.
Yeah.
That little accent that you sort of just made a joke of, right now. I was up there in Minnesota this weekend, and my friends Cody and Jilly.
Did you have a good time?
She was talking about something. She said, do you need a bag?
A bag?
I said, bag? How's a bag?
You got a soda pop in? You got a soda pop in the bag?
Question, what do you call, like, soda? There's, like, dark cola. I was like, Coke. Even Pepsis are Coke.
Yeah. We call them Coke or Dr. Pepper. That's all. Yeah.
Or Sprite or whatever. Anyway, that was a fun conversation. She was pretty funny, and Cody's rad. Torque One Racing's on board with us. Our Jerky, MotoXpod21 to save while shopping at Our Jerky.
She kind of gave you a little. I like your little flock of seagulls thing you got going on.
That's pretty messy. She didn't really give that to me. That's just the way it looks right now because I got out of the shower. Get you some Our Jerky to snack on. Sizzling hot teriyaki, the 7 Deuce Deuce black pepper beef brisket. It's so good. Guys, graphics. You need new graphics for your bike. You want to get your jerseys lettered. Graphics at bermlords.com. If you're looking for a custom kit to make your bike reflect you, then you need Bermlords. Shock socks, Williams Motorworks, Extreme Colors helmets, helmet painting, Blood Lubricants, the best oil, the Barracuda bloodline with multiple weights, better protection, better performance, and it lasts longer as long as it's in your bike.
As long as you tighten.
Promo code MotoX. Power Band Racing for you WP guys, TruFusion Sports, and grill your ass off seasoning. Promo code MotoXPod to save. Tonight, episode 241, We got Aaron Plessinger coming in. Not coming in. That'd be awesome. Be
Coming on?
Way out of his way to come in studio here. But he's going to come on tonight. We visited a little bit at the race the other night. Damon Bradshaw is going to join. That's going to be so awesome, dude. He's been doing all these adventure rides. I can't wait to hear some of these stories about what he's been up to. And then privateer Zack Williams, his home race this weekend, had his best performance.
Yeah.
So we got a lot to talk about. What you been up to?
Oh man, just doing my thing. Just been hanging out, watching probably the best race of the season, and you got to be there.
Yeah, you know what? Funny thing is, I love being there. Right? It's so much fun. But I was like, okay, I can't see what's going on. I can hear the crowd cheering on one side of the track, and I'm like, I can't see
feel like
it.
Millville is pretty good about being able to see the whole thing.
No, you can't see the whole thing. You can see a lot, but there's definitely spots you can't see the track. You can't see the rollers unless you go over to the rollers. It's kind of funny
how you go to a Supercross race and you see more than you ever would see on a broadcast, but when you go to the National, you see everything that one spot has. You know?
Yeah, and you see stuff that doesn't get on TV. You know, like I mean, I saw Anstey's bike go just absolutely. I've never seen a bike flip that fast and that far.
I don't think they ever showed the actual bike.
Nobody
flip.
caught it, but I saw the aftermath as the bike was flipping down the hill.
I saw him sitting up. I never heard anything else.
Yeah.
Is he good?
He says he's good. I texted him. He said, he's what was his quote? More or less okay.
More or less.
Yeah. So, but
that would be like top 3 worst spots ever in the history of motocross to go down.
The bike went so far. I feel like the bike went 200 feet downhill.
Yeah.
And then it went probably another 150 feet across like the creek and across the open area. I don't think it got into the crowd from the angle, but it was real close. At
least he didn't. At least we were making progress. He didn't hit a Suzuki rebar.
True. But it was a lot of fun. I got to give a shout out to Cody and Jilly, who let me stay at their house. They actually stayed at the track Saturday night, and they're still like, "Oh, our house is open. Just go," and hung. So I got to sleep there before I went. Jilly cut my hair. We kind of had a lot of fun making fun of each other with our accents. Yeah. And so shout out to them. They were a lot of fun. Cody is just such a super fan of the sport, and he's a lot of fun. I met a lot of their friends. So good times hanging out at Millville this weekend. Any questions?
Someone said, what happened to Lane Shaw? I didn't know anything happened to him.
I didn't know anything happened to him either. Talked to him before the race and then never talked to him afterwards.
Sorry, guys, not getting the scoop on that one.
I missed that scoop. I thought I did talk to him afterwards. Maybe it was right before the race. Yeah, I don't know. Let me text him. I'll find out. I didn't know something had happened.
Yeah, I didn't either until I saw that.
But yeah, it was an amazing race, right? I mean, the 450 race, just unreal.
You've gone back and watched the broadcast, I'm sure. Yes.
Only the first the first motos. I just haven't had any time.
Yeah. Well,
if there's any noise in the background, by the way, my shop is in process of getting concrete ready.
It's the sound of progress.
There is equipment running and chop saws going. So yeah, if there's noise in the background, is what it is. I'm getting a shop built. Damn it. But yeah, a lot of great racing. Like just Eli and Chase are otherworldly right now. Chase blew it away. Just kind of blew it in that Moto 1 with his old tip over. Like he passed Eli back. Which
I think he had that one.
Yeah, I do too.
Did you were you there at that podium area when they got back?
No, I usually do go over the podium, but I was with a lap to go every time I was going back to the media tent to watch the last lap on TV, so that I was hoping to get where they were finishing, because I was losing track sort of at the track, and it was easier to go in there.
Losing track of the track?
Yeah, I was losing track of the track. And then, of course, timing and scoring was all screwed up. But no, I didn't go to the podium at all. Why do you ask? Because I haven't really watched any podium stuff whatsoever.
At the end of it, like they sit in that little chair and they water down or whatever.
Yeah.
He was like spent looking like.
Hey, Chase.
No, Eli.
Oh, Eli. Oh, that's right. I didn't hear them talking about that.
He didn't look like, obviously, like those guys, like that's what they do. So he didn't look like what you or I would have looked like. I'd have had that oxygen mask, and
I wouldn't have finished.
Yeah, I'd have been in those woods somewhere. But anyway, so you could tell that, and he even said in the interview afterwards that that was everything he had.
Yeah, he talked about that on Pole last night too.
He did
when DV wasn't interrupting. Yeah.
Someone said Scotty has David beat as far as a co-host goes. Pulp was rough last night, is what they said.
Yeah, I have to unravel that show for the wrap up somehow, and I haven't gotten very far. So once we're done here tonight, I've got many hours of work to do.
It was like,
and like
I liked it. for the most part, I think it was kind of in that category of too much of a good thing kind of thing.
Yeah, I really enjoy DV. I really do. Like, he makes me laugh. There's a lot of stuff in my notes that are funny. Steve wants like a bunch of quotes from DV for the noise segment or column in Racer X. I'm like, there's just too much to even go through. Like, how am I supposed to even unravel everything? But it got frustrating. Like with Eli, he didn't let Eli talk very much. There was moments where I feel like that he went probably 2 minutes with Eli not even talking. But that was a pretty good interview still. Yeah. But when it got to Mertz, it was I didn't like it at all because Mertz had points that I wanted to hear, and DV just didn't care. He was refused. But I'm gonna get into that tomorrow night. So that'll be the wrap up tomorrow.
Yeah,
so
tune in.
It's gonna be interesting to try to figure out.
Someone said, "Don't text Lane. He's fine." I don't know what. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
he was
cool.
awesome. Nothing happened.
Yeah, I don't know. Alrighty.
Yeah. That was
cool. So, anything else stand out to you from Millville, Spring Creek?
I think.
Had some good food at the track.
Are we talking about the racing? Or are we?
You can talk about the racing. I was going to talk about the food, the steak sandwich. You know, the
steak sandwich with the soda
steak
pop
sandwich and the homemade donuts.
Homemade donuts.
Yeah, you do that way better than I do.
I love Millville is my favorite track to watch. I would have gladly traded in my Glendale, Arizona to go to this one for sure.
Really?
Yeah, but
I don't know about that.
But I don't know. I had a good time at the Supercross. But anyways,
I don't think I could deal with the heat out there, and you'd be going. You know how old he is?
Oh my God. I would have been off doing my own thing. A little grasshopper sent off, you know. I think that this kind of answers the question that I was asking you last week in a kind of a weird way. I was asking you, can Chase win without something happening to Eli? And even though he didn't beat him, he go 2-2 and he lost, you know, he's 5 points back. I think that he showed that he can. And like those first couple of laps with Tomac, dude, like that was we haven't seen anybody ride like that in a while.
Well,
like
yeah.
those first 3 or 4 laps, like that was insane.
I was standing at the bottom of the downhill watching them come down, and there was a couple times where Eli would go to the outside, and he's not gonna get stopped. There's no possible way.
I think Chase saw it, and he was because Tomac had that first moto, you know, and he's like, Chase is gonna gap me, and I don't know if I can pull it. So he just went, and Chase was like, oh, okay, let's go. And like that, dude, like we haven't. When's the last time we've seen a race like that? You know, it's
been a long time. It was very impressive. Like unreal to watch what they're doing. Some of the things, the way they're working the bikes and moving on the bikes, and just the downhill coming down that hill. It's got to be close to 45 degrees,
yeah,
if not more.
I
don't remember what the grade is, but you cannot tell on TV.
No, the what I've watched it for so many years, and you can kind of tell when you've been a rider. You can kind of tell you can see where like the TV is misleading, and when they come up Mount Martin's Hill and they do that middle triple, like
it was all doubles this time.
Or whatever.
Yeah, it was double that
little step up thing in the middle, like it's so steep that you can see like gravity and the natural force just like pushing, like stopping them.
That's why when I rode there and there was a triple, like I wasn't scared because like you're really not.
You're not going to overjump it.
Falling very far.
Yeah.
Like you feel like it's like 60 or 80 feet long.
You're really just meeting the dirt again. Yeah.
You're just barely dropping back down because you're losing so much momentum. But unreal. Again, a couple times I thought Eli was going to die. There's no way he would make the corner, and he just around the corner. Saw Derek Kelly almost see God in practice where he clipped going down Martin Hill.
He clipped his foot?
He clipped the edge of the track, and the bike swapped.
Oh.
Right before, there was like a little roller going into the corner.
Yeah.
And he swapped going into the roller, and that was close. But
did you see when Eli, I think it was right when he made the pass on Chase in the second moto, they were coming down Mount Martin, and he scrubbed the top of it, and his foot came off, and he was just like.
Well, he talked about that last night too. That was one time. Yeah, he was like, "Ooh, the bike broke loose." With the scoop, and What about Jet Hunter, all that stuff? We talk about that all the time. Max Volan is looking good.
Yeah,
he's coming around. He's feeling more comfortable. He's getting stronger.
I know he got third overall too, right?
I don't know. I meant to print all that. I don't know, man.
I don't. Yeah.
Sorry.
Because he
I
got
just
third
don't
in that
know.
moto.
You know what? The funny thing is,
No, Shimoda got him
yeah,
at the
'cause
end.
I never saw official finalized results because I think they came out hours after I left the track.
Oh wow.
And then I haven't looked. I have been 100 miles an hour since I left there. Drove an hour and a half back to Jilly and Cody's. I was half asleep. I edited the videos for our YouTube real quick. I passed out. I was up at 3 a.m. to get on the plane. Flew home.
Yeah.
As soon as I got home, I took a 2-hour nap. I went and got Hendrix, my granddaughter, for a little bit. Tried to watch a couple of the motos and was like falling asleep.
Yeah.
And then I've been at work and pole plus nine.
Right.
So yeah,
You're almost there, man.
dude. Tomorrow is the last
You're
day.
on that last mile.
And then Thursday is first day full time at Vital.
Yep. You're almost there, man.
Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, I don't even actually know the official results. But Max, I'm very impressed with. Let's shift gears from that. Just stuff that people, maybe our listeners would like to hear this. So I get there and I'm Friday, and I'm busy around the track. And actually, this was Saturday. Saturday, I'm over at Star, and Duffy is helping bleed the brakes on Christian's bike. He's down there with the bottle, and one of the other guys is bleeding the lever. And I'm asking some questions, and Coker, the team manager, the 450 team manager, slides the door open the rig and goes, "Duff, pay attention to your brakes." Basically, like, you need to quit talking.
Ooh.
And I was like, "Oh, hey, sorry, Duff," and I left. And I was like, "Oh crap!" I had a Vital T-shirt on. I had Lindsay bring me one.
Oh, yeah.
And, technically, Michael's not allowed at the truck, so and so, because he's burnt.
Is that at that truck?
Yeah, at Star, there, because he's done some things they were a little bit upset with. I mean, I think it's kind of cleared up, but I was like, I wonder if it's because I'm wearing the Vital shirt. Like, was he upset with me, or was he upset with Duff? And I'd never actually introduced myself to Coker in all these years. I know all the other guys, just didn't know Coker.
Yeah.
So I did some other things, and I came back, and I went in the truck, and I was like, and I asked for Coker, and he came up. He goes, "Hey, man," I didn't even get a chance to ask him. He's like, "I was not mad at you." And I was like, "Oh, cool. I just wanted to make sure, like, you weren't, like," and everybody's making fun of me, like, "Oh, you already got kicked out of Star."
Yeah.
First day. And
Yeah.
Like, it was getting around the pits. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Like, people knew. Steve knew. All these guys were like, "Oh, you already got kicked out." And Coker was like, "No, man, it's good. You're fine."
Welcome to Bottle.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, it's so bad. This is already happening." But that was pretty funny story.
I mean, in that exact scenario, in that exact instance, dude, it's so easy to get a bubble in one of those things. If you look away for, you blink wrong for a second, you got a bubble, and like,
Sure.
that's probably why.
yeah.
If he had been like adjusting clutch levers, probably wouldn't have said anything.
What Coker, he said, "Look, something like that, he forgets to tighten it. We have a problem. I can't chance that."
Yeah.
I was like, "I get it. You don't have to explain it. I just want to make sure you didn't have a problem with me. And I know we'd never really met." So he's like, "No, you're cool." And then Christian walked by and was like, "Already getting kicked out." Christian Gray was giving me shit. I was like, man. So, yeah, it kind of had me nervous there for a minute. And then the other thing that I kind of thought was funny was Talon Hawkins made his pro debut for Rockstar Husky. And I've met him before out at South Central last year. But it's been a long time. He doesn't remember. And I set him up for an interview. And I'm almost positive I called him Taylor Hawkins, which was the drummer of Foo Fighters, who just passed away.
Oh, okay.
But I was like thinking Talon Taylor is Talon, the producer or the guy that answers the phones on Pulp.
Yeah.
So I felt
You were
like
just you were all over the
yeah,
place.
I felt like I got it mixed up, and then I didn't think about it till later, and then I texted him. I was like, "Dude, I think I called you Taylor." He goes, "Oh, I didn't even notice if you did. No big deal, but lots of fun." Oh, Friday.
Okay.
Great interview at Muck-Off. I was talking to Enzo Lopes. Phil walks up, and they just start mother effing each other, making fun, and F-bombs. And
That doesn't sound like them.
It was so great. No audio. I checked it.
Dude.
Listen, I lost 6 interviews from Friday. I checked it every single time it was connected. So when I got back to Cody and Jilly's that night, I started messing with it. And that splitter, when you move it certain ways, it goes in and out. So it's something to do with the splitter. But Michael's given me a professional grade camera mics from now on. So this shouldn't happen again.
Yeah.
But I was like almost broken hearted. I know it's happened before, but that one was fantastic.
And it seems to happen to you at the worst possible times.
Well, that was a really good one. And I had I had a lot of good interviews that I just lost that day that were even better than probably Lakewood stuff.
And
I was hurting, upset.
And when you do the math, when you think, okay, so you pay all, a portion of the show's sponsorship dollars to go do that.
Or Patreon supporters.
Patreon supporters.
Patreon.
Yeah, Patreon. Shout out. You do all that, and then like you're there, and you really, 12 interviews in a Friday or a Saturday, like that's a hard number to get, and then like half of those, like dude, that's
Well,
like
I'll tell you what, the video was
that's tough. Man.
Before I really, I put them all in the software to edit. It was 28 minutes long. When I got what had audio, I think it was 8 minutes long. So I lost 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Sucked. Ryder D was good. Ryder D killed it. His parents were like thankful. They're, thank you for that interview you did with Vital on him. That was like one of the best videos or best interviews he's ever done. So that was cool.
Yeah.
Met a lot of listeners, a lot of Pope listeners, a lot of people that look like our show. That was pretty cool. A lot of people. One of our guys, like, do you cool God me? He messaged me today. I was like, what do you mean? You were at Rockstar Husky, and I said, what's up, Dark Side? And you just walked by. I was like,
You're such a dick, dude.
I was like, it was not on purpose. I promise. God. I talked to so many people.
Full-time media guy, just gonna.
Yeah, it's begun.
Who was it? One of our guys?
Not one of our YouTube guys, no, but it's still just a great weekend. Good times. There's probably stuff I'm not remembering, but just had a lot of fun talking to everybody and being there, and we're hopefully we'll be more soon.
The track didn't seem like everything was like nothing seemed real peaked out, or the whoops seemed about normal. But it did provide for. They were just balls out racing. It was awesome. Kind of back to the racing a little bit.
Minutes, but go ahead.
How percentage pie lapper for Hunter Lawrence? Percentage pie. How much did that lapper?
Like
cost?
95.
You think it was? Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, it slowed him down tremendously. It was in his way, but he shouldn't have been following.
Yeah. So but you got to factor that in the percentage.
I wonder how much these guys look ahead. Like, that's one of the things you're always taught as a kid when you're
riding.
Dude,
it's hard.
Look ahead.
If my eyesight is 15 feet above my bike, that's good for me.
Well, that's because you're 3 feet tall.
Oh my God.
But Hunter is bigger than that, and like
I'm like the literal exact same size as Hunter.
I don't know that I buy that.
How tall is? I'm not going to ask him questions like that.
I don't know how tall he is. I don't know how old he is.
You probably do know how old he is.
I actually don't. I don't remember. The point is, though, I feel like you got to be a little more aware of that you're coming up on this guy. You're going up to the top of the hill. You see that he's going to the outside. Then you got to go inside. I'm not in that position, but you have to be more aware than that. And sometimes the lappers just, like, they don't know where the fast guys are, but I still think you need to be more aware. I think, so I'm going to say, what I say, 90%, I'll say 90% the lapper caused the problem, but the other 10% Hunter should have been paying a little more attention, maybe chose a different line.
See, I feel like that should have a bigger
line. I
feel like that should have a bigger percentage. You got to know. I mean, like.
Well, it's still the lapper was in the way.
If the lapper didn't honor the...
I'm not saying it was all 90% the lapper's fault. I'm saying it was 90% because of the lapper.
Yeah, okay.
That's, the lapper getting in the way was 90% of the reason. And then the other 10 is that he wasn't looking ahead. And he shouldn't have been there behind him like that to begin with. Let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be back with Aaron Plessinger. Yeah, YouTube. Sorry, guys. I'm drained right now. I'm probably not doing a very good job on my part, but I am just smoked.
Muppet said no Twisted Girls.
Dude, they were hot. I did see them. Like, if you watch the Ouija's best post-race show ever, at the end, myself and Chase got in on that, and I think the girls are in the background. Man, they may have already left, though. They were there. I didn't get any interviews with them or anything, though. Yeah, there was a couple hot ones. Dude, the booties in that area of the country.
I thought Texas had the southern.
Man, I don't know. Like,
corn. It's like corn, man. They all just eat a crap load of corn.
I don't know how many kids are
cornbread
listening.
Booties.
I'm a boob guy. I do like booties though. Amber's got a nice butt, so I've kind of become a butt guy. But up there, I was just like, holy crap. There some, dang. Baby got back. Yeah, I don't know. There's something in the what you said, corn fed or whatever. Is that what you said?
Yeah, the cornbread booties.
Yeah. It was pretty spectacular. There was a lot of looking around.
Someone asked how tall I was, and
he is 3'8".
I said,
And
I said
he wears a
5'8"
youth,
with shoes on, and then
he wears a youth medium.
Chase said he's 4'7". He's lying.
He wears a youth medium.
Medium.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's like a little child.
The MotoXpod show kid.
Anyway.
Wasn't there a movie called The Motocross Kid or something like that?
Yeah, Kid with the Glasses. That was filmed at Mosier Valley. Dirt bike kid.
Yeah, I loved that movie. The bike would come
flies?
to the bike would
flies
come to
and
life, and his little headlights.
Yeah, as a kid, I liked it. I literally watched it within the last year.
You found it?
Yeah, I don't remember where I saw
What
it.
was it? The guy was like trying to build a bank on the property of the dirt bike track.
They were going to tear down. I know they were going to tear down like the motorcycle shop or something.
Yeah,
I think that's what it was. Yeah, for something like a bank or something.
Yeah.
And that kid is the same kid from Christmas Story.
Yeah. John, what is it? Lipnicki?
I don't know.
I think that's his name. Jonathan Lipnicki or something like that. Yeah. No. That
it was filmed at Mosier in Dallas.
I know. I remember the intro of the movie was so nostalgia. It's so nostalgic.
Was
like
it?
He's opening up the old bag of potato chips and the motocross coming on the TV, the old box TV. I don't know. It's cool.
Oh yeah. The tube TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, YouTube. I'm not a lot of energy right now. I'm literally thinking about how the hell am I going to get through the wrap up stuff later. I think I have like 7 pages.
Don't focus on the negative.
I'm through like 1.5 pages.
Harness the positive energy.
So tired, man.
If you keep telling yourself you're tired, then you're going to be so tired.
Shut up, Scotty.
You should have told me I'd have bought you a Red Bull.
I don't want a Red Bull. It's gross.
Dude, like, how much?
Shut up. We gotta get AP
All right,
on.
hold on. What's your
Let Scotty talk instead of Aaron Plessinger.
what's your Coca-Cola to water ratio for a day?
Lately,
I mean, it is like 103 degrees in Texas right now. So
I'm probably drinking twice as much water lately.
Yeah.
It's way too hot to be. Gotta have a couple Cokes during the day so I can live, but
it's not
so funny. All right, let's get and we'll get into it.
All righty, that sounds good, brother.
All right, here we go. All right, our first guest of the night is brought to you by Cherubies USA. For decades, Cherubies USA has been the leader in moto plastic and accessories for products that fit perfect, look great, and last. Cherubies has what you need. Whether it's full plastic kits, individual pieces, hand guards, chain guides and sliders, or anything else they offer, visit CherubysUSA.com. And tonight, Cherubies USA brings us our boy, Aaron Plessinger. What's up, AP?
Hey, not much, man. Just hanging out with the fam. You know how it is.
Yeah, I hear the kids in the background. You say they're about bedtime, huh?
Oh yeah, they're heading to nighttime right now.
Is that mom and dad like that you can't wait for that time, right? Like, I mean, it's great having the kids up, but once bedtime comes, it's like,
oh yeah, it's good having them up all day, but
yeah,
when 8 o'clock rolls around, you're definitely ready for it.
So how long do you and the wife stay up and hang out after the kids go to bed normally?
It depends. It depends on what Alden has me doing the next day.
Right.
Nah, usually 10:30 or 11.
Okay.
10:30 or 11.
That's pretty normal. Not bad. Watch maybe a little TV, snuggle a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We watch our shows and kind of just hang out. I mean, sometimes I'll crank the Xbox up and mob with the boys, but you know.
Yeah. What are a couple of your shows right now? What's the go-tos?
I think we actually just finished what's it called, Stranger Things.
Oh, so good.
Me and my girl just finished that too.
So good.
Oh, dude, it is so good. That's one of the only TV shows that I'll sit down and actually watch. We did have like when I was hurt, we did have a couple couple like crime shows that we watch, but I kind of got away from those, and yeah, I'm the only I'm only watching Stranger Things now.
Okay, let me ask you this: so there's supposed to be one season left. Does 11 survive?
I hope so.
All right, I don't think she does. I think she's gonna. I think she goes out, man. I think she goes out.
Oh, I have a Stranger Things theory.
Okay, let's hear it.
So it'll look like 11's about to be done.
Yeah.
And Eddie will have. Supposedly, there's a theory that Eddie will join Vecna, but then at the very end, will like.
Wow, you're a nerd.
But I just saw it on like Instagram or something. But he will turn against Vecna at the end, and that'll save 11.
Okay. Interesting. Good
That
stuff,
would be
though.
pretty badass.
Yeah.
Honestly.
My favorite part, because I grew up, in the 80s, which is sort of based a lot of 80s nostalgia, was seeing, man, I just blanked, the guy that played Freddy Krueger. I can't think of his name. He was the old man, the old guy that, Vecna's dad or whatever. Oh,
that was Freddy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Robert Englund. Yeah, he played the guy that kind of lost his mind. Yeah, and then in that same episode, they had a little Nightmare on Elm Street joke or whatever. So I thought that was pretty cool. I kind of freaked out a little bit over that.
That's pretty cool. That is.
Yeah, that was my era because I'm old. But let's get to some racing, man. Currently 8th overall in points. Southwick was probably your best race of the year with the podium. But I feel like, you've been kind of averaging right around that, 9 to 10, 9 to 8, 7, 7. But I feel like you're riding better. Like things are coming along as we're getting midway through the season.
Yeah, man, I feel like I'm picking it up here and there, but it's just the starts, man. The starts are killing me. I definitely got off the gate really, really good at Southwick, and you guys saw what I could do with it. But dude, I found such a good flow on that track, and I don't know what it was or like why I was riding like that, but it felt cool. And that's how I want to ride. That's how I should ride. But yeah, I haven't been able to really flow like that since High Point, second moto. And then, I don't know, man. I got to put it all together. I got to get those starts, and I think that flow will come. But I think it's definitely going to be a better back half of the season than front half, with the bike coming along a little bit better, and just overall fitness is there now, and yeah, I'm enjoying it.
So you talk about like the flow at Southwick, and I know if you knew the answer to this, you'd be running up there with Eli and Chase. But what do you think it is when you say, okay, I find the flow here, and the other days maybe the flow's not there? Do you feel, can you tell like, all right, today the bike's off a little bit, or today I'm off a little bit, or maybe it's mental, or can you even put a finger on what you think it is in certain moments, or is it just like, shit, I don't know what it is today. I just don't have it.
Yeah, I can't really pinpoint it. But I definitely know it's not like a mental thing for sure. I know I can run with those guys, and when the time comes, I do it. It just, I don't know. It's, I think it's just a little bit of bike setup, and then, just me not executing what I need to. Yeah. And then just kind of getting back there with the whole group of, like 3rd through 9th, say, and we're all pretty much the same speed, like from 3rd to 9th, it's like me, Anderson, Barsha, like Dungy, and I feel like it's like whoever gets the start on whoever is going to beat them. Yeah. And for example, this weekend I had a top 10 start in the first moto and was battling with Barsha for 35 minutes. And then I ended up 7th. And then in the second moto, I got a 35th place start and I came back to 7th. Yeah. Yeah. And it's just like, if you don't get the start on those guys, it's just so hard to pass them because we're all, I don't know, we all have our, you know, fast places on the track, but we're all pretty much like kind of that group is stagnant right now.
Yeah, it's kind of even. And what sucks is like that maybe there's fans who are like, oh, well, that guy's just not riding great. You know, AP's not riding great, or whoever's not riding great. And then you go, dude, it's literally like a thousandth of a second hesitation on the gate, or missing your shift by 100th, or just clipping one roller in that 100th of a second every lap or whatever. And it puts you back 4 or 5 spots because, like you said, everybody's so equal. The smallest error or slip up causes a spot or two.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's I mean, as exciting as it is to, you know, be at like that level with those guys. Yeah, it gets frustrating, man. Like, I can imagine. Just like, you know, 3rd one weekend, 7th one weekend, you know, 8th one weekend. It's like, why be right there every time? But you know, when you look at who you're battling, it's the best guys in the world.
Yeah, and they all feel exactly like that.
Yeah. And
they all feel like I should be beating Aaron, and Aaron's like I should be beating Ryan or whatever, you know. And yeah, so, yeah. I can see it being frustrating, definitely.
So Aaron, we know you're at Alden's. We know that y'all are working y'all's butts off, and you know you've had your last two results have been your best overalls of the season. So it's nice to see that hard work paying off. And I just kind of wanted to know what are you like in grind mode? What are you like when you're kind of like against adversity? Like what is that Aaron Plessinger like?
I'd like to think not too much different. I mean, you know, definitely, I mean, I'm no different when I get off the bike. I know that. I'm always, you know, cracking jokes, laughing. Me, RJ, Malcolm, we're always shooting the shit, you know. Yeah. But I mean, on the bike, yeah, I mean, it's a little different, you know. I mean, sometimes I'll come off, you know, best moto ever and all smiles, and then some days I'll come off just, you know, not throwing stuff, but wanting to throw stuff, you know. That's
hard to picture with you. Like, I don't see that.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's been some heated moments after a couple motos. Not at anybody else, just like myself, you know. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just really have the urge this year to just be up there, and when I'm not on my game, it just pisses me off, man. It's like I'm doing all the work I can. I know I'm in shape. I know I got everything dialed. Like, why today am I this far off? Or like, why today am I feeling like this? And it's just, you know, little things when you're at that like gnarly, I guess, heart rate, and your adrenaline's pumping and everything's going. You're just like, I don't know, it just amplifies everything, and that happens with my emotions too, I guess.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think that goes for most anybody, even guys like myself and Scotty here at amateur level. You get heated when your heart rate's up, and you're competing and you expect more. And I mean, we saw that last week with Hunter and Styles. Like, Hunter kind of lost his mind. Yeah. And I was like, well, that didn't seem like the Hunter I know, you know. And then Styles was trying to apologize, and Hunter was still just, he wasn't in that moment. Yeah, you're kind of not really a human being anymore. You're just a bear. So
yeah. And it takes over. Your emotions, when it is at this level, your emotions can take over so easy, and it's so easy to let them overtake you. Yeah, pretty much.
Let me ask you about Roger as a team manager. Like, I think it was after Hangtown or one of the first couple rounds, he was quoted as saying, basically expecting more out of Ryan and even Cairoli. And, like, you know, at KTM with him and Ian, it's basically win, or it feels like from the outside, win or failure. What's it like working with those guys? What are their reactions? You know, how are they when you have a 9th place finish, or can they see, hey, you rode really well today and they're happy for you, or is it always not good enough?
No, yeah, I mean, they definitely, I think, at first, I think that we expected to, well, not me, I was coming off an injury, but,
right.
We expected to be right there, top 3, every race, like it's been in the past,
Sure.
And, we kind of been struggling a little bit with bike setup, and I think they see that now. And Ian and Raj have been so cool with me. I don't know if it's just because I've come off injury and getting back into it, but it's just their kind of mentality for me right now is do the best you can every time you can go out there. And that's kind of all they expect really right now. But, the goal is every time when we go out to, get on that podium or win for sure.
Yeah.
That's my goal. But, when you do get out there, that's,
well, of course,
your best is all you can do. And they understand that now.
That's good. Good.
I got an extension of that question for one of mine is, what's been the best Roger to Dungey quote you've heard?
Raj to Dunge, I don't know. I haven't been around when Raj and Dunge have been talking that much.
Yeah.
But I can tell you one thing. Roger was telling me some stories about the old days, and my dude's got some funny stories. I can tell you that, dude, from way back, and
Can you give us one?
The good days of the good days of Supercross. I can tell you the gist of one of them was Daytona wouldn't rent the moto guys any more cars because they would take them out onto the beach when you could drive on the beach and they would see who could go the furthest into the ocean with the rental cars. and they said they wouldn't rent anymore. They wouldn't rent any more cars to them because every time they came back just either totaled or just so beat up and battered that they probably had to junk them.
That's awesome. I've heard some good stories like that.
Saltwater and cars that's not a good combo.
Wrecking cars. I think somebody was talking about Jeff Stanton. That I interviewed somebody recently, and they're like, "Yeah, you never wanted to rent a car, like going somewhere with Jeff Stanton because he would absolutely take you out."
Yeah,
he did it on purpose. He loved it. I don't remember who that was. I just did an interview with him.
I heard a good one where they got pulled over and they were like, "Get out of the car," but Mitch couldn't get out of the car because he's.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no.
I heard that one on Pulp.
That was good.
So just talking about the team. Well, like you just kind of said, you haven't really heard Roger and Ryan talk a lot, but what's the vibe under the tent? Because you talk about being out at Alden's and having fun with RJ and Mookie. But then, I feel like that team, KTM's a little bit all business. Like, I'm pretty tight with Talon and Max Volan, and they just hide in that corner. I'm like, why are you guys just hiding away like you're the stepchild? It feels like, I hate saying this, but I feel like it's the least fun tent to be under.
I don't know. I mean, me and Jade, we have fun.
Yeah, Jade's cool. Jade's cool.
We have a lot of fun, and since I've gotten there, I've had a lot of fun. I just think, it's just like the Alden, they expect you to do what you need to do. And then if you do that, then they're all good.
They're good.
You know, if you're messing up and you're not doing everything, if they're getting reports back from, you know, the trainer saying, you know, this guy, he can't really do the motos, he can't really do this and that, like, then they're going to be like, what's going on? Like,
yeah, sure. It's a business. It's
it definitely is. But if you're doing your stuff, if you're putting 100% in and they can see that and you're showing that, man,
they're cool.
It's good. Yeah. It's
okay.
They're cool. And I mean, the vibe I get is they just want to help. They're there to help you be the best and do the best you can. And they put a lot of work into it. And yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's I guess as a media guy, first of all, like Stephanie is the lady that kind of does the PR, right? Is that Steffi McNutt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So she kind of scares me. Like Mandy at Honda, they used to be at Honda, scared me because she was all business. And like, what are you doing under the tent? Like she didn't want you under the Honda tent. And it's not like that anymore. Like I can go under the Honda tent and nobody says anything. But every time I walk into the KTM tent, like Stephanie's like, who are you? Who are you with? What are you doing? And this weekend, I stepped into Talon and Max's corner, and he's like, well, Max is inside. Let's go in there, and you can do an interview. And then she's like, well, why are you in the truck? We usually don't let people in the truck. And Talon's like, well, he's with us. And she's just, you know, it's all business, and it's not, it doesn't feel laid back to me as somebody that's not part of the team, where a lot of the other trucks like Star, they joke, and, you know, when I walk under there, maybe it's just because I know them better, but she scares me a little bit. She's all business.
I think, you know, Stephanie, she's awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
She does a lot for me when we are at the races and even away from the races. I think she, not that like anybody would, like, not saying you guys would even come close to like invading our privacy or anything, but I think she just wants, like, when we're under the truck, I don't know, she just wants us to chill, you know, or anything, to where kind of that, I don't know. I
get it. Like,
yeah.
If too much media comes under the tent, like, you guys don't need to be dealing with that on race day, and she's trying to keep you guys, you know, comfortable and able to focus on racing and what your job is. I mean, I get that.
Yeah.
And she doesn't.
Yeah, I mean,
she doesn't really know who I am, and I finally introduced myself probably properly this weekend, so that I was like, hey, you know who I am now. I'm working for Vital. So like beforehand, it was just my podcast, and I really wasn't known. And she was like, yeah, you got to go. But hopefully now I'm more official, since, you know, full time starting Thursday. So maybe we'll be good. But it's just a vibe I got. I was wondering how it is for you, because a guy like yourself who's always happy, having fun, you know, you like singing and having a good time. It feels like it doesn't match with the team vibe.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be there this weekend?
No,
right?
Unfortunately, I wanted to go. I won't be. Why? What am I missing?
When's the next race you're gonna be at?
I got to talk to Michael Lindsay and get him to send me some more. So I don't know. Paula probably.
All right. Well, hey, whatever race you're at, you let me know. I'll bring you in the truck, and I'll show you how I do it.
Okay. Perfect. I'll make it.
We get down, man. Hey, there's music playing at all times, all throughout the day.
Okay.
We're vibing. We're chilling.
All right. I'm going to hold you to that.
All right.
Let me switch gears just a little bit. A lot of talk with MXDN coming up, and a lot of people, Mathis, a lot of people talking about, let's drop a 450 guy down to a 250. Let's try something different. Sounds like that's going to happen. If you were given that option, how do you feel like you would do dropping down to a 250? Would it be difficult? Would it be something that would be just exciting to you to let's go back to a 250 and wring the hell out of the thing? What would your thoughts be on having to drop down after being on a 450 for a couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, for Team USA, I would do anything.
Yeah, I know that.
No, yeah, I'd like it. I would love it. I haven't rode a 250. I mean, little bits here and there, but nothing like training on a 250. I'd like it. I'd like to see how, you know, the KTM 250 works, and you I don't know. I think it would be exciting for sure.
Awesome. I feel like, well, it's supposedly either Christian or Barsha seems to be the two guys that I'm hearing the most rumors about. I think Barsha would be awesome on a 250, just the way he rides, and you'd hear that thing all the way around the track. And either way, I think it's going to be good. I think it's something that's cool to try something different. Most of our 250 guys are kind of not in the best health right now. Justin Cooper's having some issues, and he's probably America's best 250 rider right now, and I don't think he's going to be able to do it. So I'm excited about it. It'd be cool to see. I would love to see you do it, because of anybody, you're the most patriotic, I think, of our guys.
Dude, if I can figure out what my deal is with the starts, hey,
yeah,
I would definitely do it. If I can click off a couple more podiums before the year ends, I would say yes for sure.
Oh, I know that. We got one more question for you, AP, and we'll let you go.
All right, AP. So I was browsing through. I see your social media stuff pop up sometimes, and I love the Doc Holiday and the Western little thing you do to kind of promote it. Like, how did that kind of come about, and like what is it that you like about that image, that style?
I have my guy BG Creations. He makes all my edits and all my little cartoons for me and everything, and he kind of just shot me some ideas, actually a lot of ideas this year, and I kind of just picked a little along the lines of that kind of style, and he just kind of ran with it. I didn't really, I don't really tell him what to do. I just say, hey man, do your thing. Just think of me while you're doing it, and I'm sure it's going to come out ripping. And everything he makes, I just dig, because it's sick. I love the Doc Holiday stuff. I love all the cowboy stuff. It's really cool. It was really cool when I was podium, and he would get a lot more exciting stuff. But no, it's cool. He makes some badass stuff, and I love it.
You've seen Tombstone, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. You kind of are like the moto guy. Like that is kind of like you in the moto world. I like it. I think it represents you well.
That's a good compliment.
you got to pull out, especially when we get back to Supercross and you podium. You got to pull out like the Cooper Webb, the gun point backwards when you go over the finish line. That's got to be your signature.
If you can drop a "I'll be your Huckleberry" line on one of Jason. Thomas's JT's little like pre-race little things, then we're good. We're all good.
That's funny.
I'm down for it, man.
Awesome. AP, man, you are always fun. I'm glad we finally got to get together and have a little conversation. I know you've been busy, man, but thank you for coming on, and it's always a pleasure, dude.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on, boys. I appreciate it, and always a pleasure.
More podiums.
Yeah. Let me know the next time I can get on here, man.
We'll do it. Thanks, AP.
All right, thank you, guys.
See you, buddy. All right, thanks to Aaron Plessinger. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we are going to try to get Damon Bradshaw on. He just texted me.
Cool.
He said he's, what did he say? He's like waist deep in a river. He's out on an adventure ride. He was supposed to be back at the house or wherever they're staying. And he said, and it's my birthday. I may or may not have a couple sippies.
Oh,
so
this could
we
be
have
good.
to do a test call to even see if he can get a signal. We'll see if we get this thing worked out. So we might be back with Damon Bradshaw. We might not. Be right back.
We're about to send you a photo.
Oh, awesome! All right, I'm gonna hit record though. We'll get this thing going.
All right.
Our next guest of the night is brought to you by Fly Racing and Works Connection tonight. Fly Racing has been developing and innovating its gear line since 1998. Fly Racing is the only choice if you want the best. Just ask current riders RJ Hampshire, Justin Brayton, Carson Mumford, and the guy on the phone, Damon Bradshaw. Visit your local dealership, ask for Fly Racing, distributed through WPS. What's up, Damon?
Oh, not much, man. Just hanging out on the river, few days off, and I have a adventure ride coming up here at the end of the week with some guys. So yeah, just kind of enjoying the birthday, I guess you could say.
Yeah, you said it was your birthday, so happy birthday to you.
Yeah, I don't really like to advertise that, but we are kind of on pretty close to titty deep. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and say it.
Yeah, I just had my birthday last week, and I try not to advertise it too much myself. As we get older, I don't like celebrating them.
You know what? It's just another day, but
yeah,
we are out of here, so yeah, I can't complain.
Well, I want to talk about these adventure rides you've been doing, man. I see all your posts on your Instagram, and it looks like you are having the time of your life. Just talk about how these things are going, how much fun they are, and getting people involved.
Well, everybody says, "Oh, are you old enough yet to ride an adventure bike?" I really don't think it's that. I think it's a growing market, and especially now with Yamaha and the new T7 being, kind of wants to be a dirt bike, to be honest. And a lot of people are, I don't know exactly what the word is, intimidated, I think, by, riding them on trails and just being such a versatile bike. But I think you have to get out of your head that it's not really that heavy of a bike. You just get on it and you ride it like a dirt bike, and it actually works really well. So I just enjoy that aspect of having a multi-purpose bike that I can jump on at the rip up the road, and if you want to hit a 2-track, you can do that, and if you want to hit a little single track, you can do that too. So I as you're going, I mean, it's not that you get bored, but I still ride moto, still ride off-road a lot, and now with the adventure bike, and Yamaha is doing an adventure event, and I'm pushing with that for fly racing, because we have a great line of adventure gear. And so I think a lot of people don't really realize that because we're not out at those events. So
right. Okay.
This year I've already hit a couple, and I'm going to be doing one in New Hampshire with Yamaha a little bit later on in the season. So I'm looking forward to that. I kind of enjoy the market. It's fun. You get to go, and when we set up our our display area, kind of in the morning, people are mingling. They all go ride during the day, and then that night everybody hangs around till 9 or 10 o'clock at night around the campfire, having a few beers and just talking about the ride from that day. So that atmosphere to me is pretty cool. I mean, I still enjoy going to races, but honestly, I think for us as a company and for fly racing, it's much better traction at an event that people are more relaxed and they're not hustle and bustle, whether they miss a practice or they miss a moto,
Yeah, it makes sense. When you look back on your career, could you have imagined like what it would bring to you now in your twilight years, Damon, where you're getting to do all these things and interact with fans and, who have become friends, and just the adventure touring riding that you're getting to do, it's really cool what your career led to.
Yeah, no, I would have never thought that. I mean, when I retired, I'm like, I honestly didn't know if I'd ever ride again because I just had enough. And honestly, now I can't get enough. I mean, I enjoy riding. I do a lot of trail clearing with friends and with our state trail rangers in Idaho, because we have, over 9,000 miles of trails, and we have 6 state guys that try to take care of that. So if it wasn't for the volunteers, clubs like Citra, which is up by where I live, TVTMA, which is Treasure Valley Riders, that's another group that also does all volunteer work to help keep the trails open in Idaho. So we can enjoy them, and hopefully, our kids can do that. It's always a battle of keeping that stuff open. So I'm not the go to the meeting guy by any means, because you have to sit and listen to people talk about motorcycles that do not know anything about a motorcycle. So yeah. I'm not that guy, but I'll go out and work my butt off. I'll work my butt off on the trails, all day long, and help clear them and keep them open. So fortunately, I get to do a lot of different things. And honestly, a lot of it has to do with what I do with WPS, because the way I look at it, and guys that are looking at numbers and comparing that stuff, what I'm doing, a lot of the stuff for what I'm doing is not something you can put a number on. You can't quantify that and look at the return that you get. But the way I look at it is, if I'm out here helping keep trails open, more people are going to ride motorcycles, and so we sell more product. So that's my theory. You know, all of that. Not everybody sees that, but you know, until they tell me different and we go a different direction, then that's what I'm going to do. So, you know, we form a lot of relationships with consumers, and kind of like you said there on the intro, that, you know, we want people to go into their dealers and ask. If they don't see it, we want them to ask where Fly Racing is. And
yep.
So that's my whole goal, and I think we have a pretty unique to consumers and our dealers, along with Weston Pike. When I can get him to work, he's a little tough to get to work. But,
I can see that.
But no, he's been a great add to the program. We have a good time, and we've been doing some off-road riding in Idaho to kind of get him not necessarily more comfortable, but just more time of doing that. I mean, we were out the other day together, and we probably spent, I don't know, 10 hours on the bike. And I guarantee you, if you took 2 of his longest rides in his life and put them together, he's never been on a motorcycle that long in his life.
I can't imagine. Jeez.
It's not easy. I mean, that's at, you know, 7, 8, you know, 9,000 feet, you know, and that day we didn't clear a lot of trail. We had a little bit to do, but we mainly went out to ride. And so, you know, getting to do those things, and then having him there and kind of that whole experience, it's just, it's a conversation around the campfire.
Absolutely. I love that. It sounds great.
Yeah. So, you know, we're kind of talking about the good old days and the heyday of the sport. You know, what do you think that's something that the sport embodied and, you know, that early 90s era that you were involved in? And what do you think is something that like it's kind of missing now?
Fan interaction. I mean, I think it's getting better with that. And I know with, you know, I don't even know what to call it. I probably shouldn't call it, but just over the last couple of years, with the fans not being able to get, you know, to the riders and either talk to them or get photos and that type of thing. And I know some of the riders obviously do a good job at it, but I think, you know, we always refer to back in our time, and probably every previous generation would say that they were better, but I think we did a pretty good job at it. You know, and it was not easy to build that fan base with the guys that I was up against because they were good at it.
Yeah.
And honestly, to today, and some of the kids have got it. I mean, you know, Jet Lawrence pops into my mind. I know AP does well at it, and there's other riders that do. Again, I won't, you know, be able to mention all their names, but to me, that's super important, because if it wasn't for the fans, what the hell are we there for? And I think during this time now, it would be way easier for a guy that was into that to build his fan base. I mean, social media, whatever, but I just think that interaction with your fans is irreplaceable.
Yeah, that's why.
And
go ahead. Sorry.
I just think, you know, I mean, we've been missing that, and I know with the virus and all of that stuff, it caused those issues, but I don't think a lot of the riders understand how important that is, because, you know, again, you have your guys that are social media famous, and I talk about this all the time, that with companies that I still work with, and they do, I mean, they put a little pressure on me when it comes to social media, and I know that I'm not great at it, but I also tell them, I'm like, how much interaction of these guys that are social media famous, how much interaction do they have with consumers at events, and that can sit around and whether it's talk dirt bikes or whether it's talk adventure bikes or if it's just life. And they don't do that. It's over social media. And I agree it's important, but to me, that's where I try to fill in that gap, that I'm not so good at social media. And so, you know, that's my take on it.
Yeah, you've gotten really good at that. Actually, it's always interesting, you know, when seeing you at like some of the pulp events at Supercross, and I remember hearing you multiple times. Like, I don't know why nobody cares about hearing from me. Nobody wants to hear my stories anymore. And I hope by now you've realized that people do like talking to you about your stories and just motorcycles in general. And I didn't know you in the 90s, but like you're very social at the events. You will talk to anybody pretty much as long as they want to talk. And yeah, that goes a long way, especially in the moto industry, right? Because there's fans, but then doing the adventure stuff, I bet there's a lot of people that didn't know much about your career, but the more they talk to you, they become involved, they interested in Fly or Yamaha or somebody that you're being an ambassador for. So yeah, I think you're perfect for that position.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really do that retirement tour, I'll call it,
right,
at the end of my career, like a lot of guys have. So now, which not now, I mean, I've obviously been doing this quite a few years now with being able to be at events and be not there working or racing. And I've not necessarily that the riders need it, but I have taken up for a lot of them at different times because people will come up and they'll talk about that interaction that they don't have. And I try to break it down to them that they don't understand how busy and how time consuming it is for the guys, because typically during my time, I had a mechanic and you had a team manager. And if there was suspension stuff needed to be done, you talk to him. Well, now you multiply that times 2 with these guys. They got trainers, they got nutritionists, so unfortunately, there's not a lot of time left for the fans. And I try to explain that and have them take that into consideration. And some of them do really at the end of the conversation, they go, yeah, we never really realized that. But it's true. I mean, even guys that I'm not a fan of. I mean, when I was driving a monster truck, how accessible we were to the fans. And that did teach me a lot, even more after my career. And we would have guys come through the line and they were crossover fans, from moto to, they'd come to Monster Jam where they were bringing their kids to just watch it, or they were coming to watch me. And I had gotten up from the table a few times from an autograph session and went and explained that to them. And so go, yeah, I understand that. I said, I can sit here for 3 hours and sign autographs and I can get behind the wheel of that truck and do my job. I go, but when it comes to racing, moto and supercross, that's not the case. The mental preparation and the physical preparation is just, far and beyond, obviously.
Yeah, good point.
So I mean, but again, it goes back to those fans and them going into their shops and fortunately, I think for the power sports industry over the last couple of years, it's been awesome. I mean, there's more kids on motorcycles, and I've said this on other, interview stuff that I've done, that it's just, I mean, that's where it all starts, right? I mean, I'm not against ball sports, but it's nice that the kids had an opportunity to share that love from whether it was soccer or baseball or whatever to their families going to ride motorcycles.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, it's been killer. And I mean, obviously there's going to be some that are going to go back to their ball sports, but if they keep those cycles in the garage, they still have an alternative if that's what they want to do.
Dig it. I like it.
Yeah, the days of signing boobs and then slamming beers after the race, it's just it's just a completely different sport now. It's crazy.
Well, signing boobs was fine, but I didn't slam any beers. I waited until I was basically done before I did that. But yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah. So this summer, Dungy's the big talk about him coming back and re-attending the racing. From when I think back, the only person I've ever seen do that was you. You took a gap for a couple of years and then came back and rode the Nationals. What were some of the things that you ran into that you kind of maybe didn't expect, or kind of some of the things that you had to endure coming back, and what have you thought of Dungy's comeback?
I mean, Dungy's comeback has been incredible because you just don't do that. I mean, I don't care if you miss a year. I mean, back, again, referring to my time, a guy could have a knee injury that could end his career.
Yep.
Because he'd missed 6 months or 8 months and he just could not make that ground back up. And now I think it's even more impossible to do that. And I think Dungy's done way better than what I expected him to do, because I know how tough it was and how good these guys are and how far the bikes have came and, the techniques of where it's all at. I thought that, he's that mentally strong, consistent guy to where you have, these guys that are faster at times and talent or whatever, but he's still that guy that's going to be right there. And I think it's awesome because I am a true believer. I mean, Chase Sexton has been a real surprise to me just because he is younger, but I honestly think that once you're 25 now, even older, I mean, up to 30, and even after that you are so much more mentally strong and physically strong that I feel like it's really hard for an 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old to be that strong. And so to see Chase accomplish what he has so far, whether he's fallen down, he's fell off the pace, he's there at the end of the moto, is to me is pretty freaking cool. To see a younger guy do that. And again, you know, I don't even know what to say about Tomac. I mean, really, I mean, it's just kind of blown us all away, and it's really cool to see him doing it on a Yamaha. I mean, I'm obviously been a part of their program again, I think going on third year and fourth year next year, which I feel like that's where I belong. So it's to have him, you know, accomplish what he has just is really cool, because I think, you know, we went through some guys that, you know, maybe their riding style didn't fit the bike, and whether it was where they were mentally or physically, and then him jump on that bike and just mesh with it has been freaking awesome.
Yeah, and then of course Dylan last year, Christian in Supercross with the 250s, Colt, you know, Justin Cooper over the last couple. Blue Crew, look, I can attest, Scotty, I've rode a Blue Crew 450 to its full potential.
Yeah.
Or maybe I crashed it. Maybe I crashed it to its full potential.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Its potential after that was not very much.
They're tough. They may not be the lightest bike out there, but I guarantee you it's the longest lasting bike out there.
Yeah, they're good. I don't know if you know this, but I actually own a Blue Crew 125 from Key.
125?
Yeah,
oh,
or 250.
sweet.
Excuse me, 252 stroke. Sorry, not 125. That was I want a 125, but I have a 250
beep,
at the
beep.
moment that I got from Kiefer and Mathis for cutting the hair. And I'm also should be getting a 250F hopefully pretty soon. So yeah, Blue Crew now, man. I'm Blue Crew all on board.
Yeah, this year I got a 2-stroke again for the first time, which I got the off-road model.
Yeah, I saw that.
I got to ride it the other day in its element, and I just completely see why all of the hard enduro guys ride 2-strokes. I mean, it's like cheating compared to being on a 4-stroke. Just the weight and how the bike works. And so it's been really cool, you know, working on the thing again and kind of figuring out jetting and, you know, how to make it work, you know, on the slow speed single track technical stuff. And so, yeah, it's been really cool. It's a great bike, and I don't do a lot to my bike. I mean, I take care of them. I put on, you know, bulletproof rotary bars.
We're losing you, Damon. It's breaking up real bad.
Kirby's plastic and ODI grips, and you know, maybe an exhaust, but I like quiet exhaust. I like my 450 has stock exhaust on it, and it's a WR, super quiet. So, hold on. Fuck.
Yeah, we're losing you.
How about now?
Yeah, it's good right now.
Okay. Yeah, our phone floated away.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna wrap this up in just a minute anyway. So yeah, just a few more minutes.
Yeah, no worries. No, I was just talking about the bikes. I mean, I have a lot of companies that I work with.
It was breaking up. Oops, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. No, I just, you know, you make them, personalize them a little bit, and I ride them, and I really enjoy it. I mean, that's the cool thing about the new T7 is it does leave a lot of room for aftermarket companies to specialize and make the bikes, you know, their own bikes.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, it's a great bike, but it depends on how you want to ride it. I mean, obviously I ride it not so much in its elements sometimes, but yeah, no, I appreciate the phone call, and it was good chatting with you guys.
Yeah, I got a couple more questions for you real quick.
Go
I
for it.
I got a listener question from a Moose. He wants me to tell you that you're a pussy for not playing outdoor fantasy.
Yeah, I do struggle with getting my picks in.
We know.
I had an assistant that was supposed to notice if within minutes I didn't have them in. She was supposed to get them in, and sometimes she did not do that. So yeah, I'm not super good at it. Sorry, sorry, team.
Yeah. I'm in a group
I won't
chat.
say, but I won't say her name, but it was Amanda.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm in a group chat with Peter and I guess your wife.
The whole crew.
Yeah, so that's always fun. My other question is, when do we get a rematch for a game of pool? We got to make this happen.
Well, I don't think I've played since last time we played,
Me
but
either.
I don't think it'd be a problem. I don't think, whatever. I don't think it'd be a problem.
Okay, I guess I need to figure out a way to do one of these adventure rides, and maybe we'll shoot some pool somewhere along the lines.
Yeah, a couple of our listeners.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing another one in the early fall. So I have one coming up the end of July with a group, and
Cool.
We're gonna spend 4 days, 4 days riding in the backcountry. So we'll see how that goes. But
Okay.
but yeah, if I were you, I would go and get your own pool stick and get a nice little embroidered bag and start going to your local pool hall and practicing.
I probably need it. We won't get into how many games you played versus how many I won.
Because I guarantee you're not going to use my pool stick.
That's probably fair. That's probably fair.
It'll end up being involved in a murder case or something.
It'll probably get destroyed.
Exactly.
Last question I have for you is, with all these adventure rides and the things you're doing, how much, or if at all, do you miss competition, going out and lining up and just every once in a while beating the shit out of somebody?
It still happens a little bit, but very little. But no, I'm completely okay with it. I mean, obviously we're all still competitive and will be, but I just enjoy seeing where I can go on the thing. I mean, honestly, it's not like trying to prove something or I'm some YouTube freaking star. I just enjoy riding it and seeing people's reaction up on the mountain. You run into somebody up on certain trails and they're like, how in the hell did you get that thing up here?
Yeah.
And I'm like, honestly, it's not that bad. So anyways, that's, I enjoy that, but no, I mean, it's like going and doing the moto days. I still enjoy that a little bit. I don't ride it as much as I do everything else because I have to drive 3 hours to ride a moto track from where I live. So I ride way more off-road during this time of the year, but I do have some moto events during the year, and it's freaking super fun to get back on the 450 and go rip around with some of the kids and and then talk about it that night. But it takes a lot of damn strength, not only to ride off-road, but it's a whole different ball game to go and ride moto and ride a freaking 450. I mean, nowadays I just call it managing the horsepower.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah. Well, Damon, I'll let you get back to your birthday celebration with the friends and family. Thank you for taking a few minutes out of your day for us.
Yeah, man. Oh. Good to talk to you guys.
All right, Damon. Take care. Have fun.
All right. See you.
All right. See ya. The beast from the east, Damon Bradshaw, Scotty.
Yeah, a lot of people said don't. That's what I was gonna say was, a lot of people said, Damon, don't let Darkside ride your adventure bike.
Oh, he knows. He knows. Yeah. That's, you guys don't even have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Commercial break. We'll be back with Zack Williams. Yeah, the signal wasn't too bad. I mean, other than that one moment. So yeah.
At one point, it sounded like he just taken a bunch of like psychedelics or something. Like,
yeah, that was great.
What do you mean? Yeah.
Good times.
Like that, I was watching Old School the other day.
Oh, me and Amber just watched that too.
When he shot himself with that trank gun.
Yeah.
Wait, what dart? Yeah.
Yeah, we just watched that.
Freaking dart in your neck, dude.
Okay, in that movie,
love that
when
movie.
Blue has the heart attack, and the two girls take the tops off.
Mm-hmm.
The blonde on the left, that's my buddy Monty's now ex-wife. That's Lisa. Yeah, well, I mean, they were married forever. They have like 4 kids.
Oh, that's
together.
wild.
I know Lisa. I know. I mean, I've hung out with her.
Yeah, cool, man.
Yeah, see?
Did you see her boobs?
In the movie.
Was it weird seeing, like,
No.
You're like, I've seen her.
No, it wasn't weird. You're weird for even asking that.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
Do you want to know how old she was?
Yeah, how old was she?
19.
In that movie?
I have no idea. I was just making stuff. She was actually dating the actor. He's in the movie. He plays the gay. Man, what's it? I forget what he played now. I can't think of the guy's name. He's a famous actor. Wears the glasses. Comedian.
You get it.
I'm totally blanking on the guy's name right now. I bet somebody in the chat figured it out.
Which guy was he in the movie?
He just had a small role, and I feel like he was like a party planner. I don't remember what he was in the movie. He had a real small role. This is great radio now that I'm totally blanking. I can't think of it. I can't think of the guy's name. I'm waiting for somebody on YouTube to...
I mean, I've seen that movie 100 times.
Yeah, it's like a real, again, like I've said 3 times, real small role, like a cameo almost.
Glasses.
God dang it, it's driving me crazy now.
Is he in the frat? Is he in
No, I can't remember what he did. I don't remember.
Anyways, what did he do?
They were like dating. He's a famous actor. She was dating him when she got in the movie.
Oh, okay.
So that was a pointless story. Absolutely pointless, Scotty. I don't know why you got me going down that road.
Well, you're not talking about the guy that's like at the beginning of the movie where he knocks on the door and is like, "Oh, I'm here for the gangbang."
No.
Because that's the director. He always does cameos
Right.
in his movies.
Hang tight, YouTube. I got to IMDb this. I won't be able to finish. Maybe.
I'm not stopping.
I know. This is time consuming now. Old school. He's a weird dude. I'm scrolling through names.
Someone said Elton John.
Yes, Elton John. Yes. Jeez.
I love our listeners.
Watch, he's probably not even credited in the movie. Yeah, we're down to student number 2, and I didn't see his name come up. Come on, man. This is ridiculous. Are you going to really do this to me? Nobody in the freaking chat room knows the...
I just said Elton John.
Oh, my God. Andy Dick.
Oh, Andy.
Oh, he was the oral sex instructor.
He was the...
There you go.
Someone just made a big mistake.
Yes. There we go.
Yeah, well, because he wasn't wearing glasses in the movie. That's what threw me off.
Oh, I think he wears his glasses in real life.
Yeah, he
wrong.
does.
Okay.
No, you're right.
Andy Dick. She was dating Andy Dick at the time. Jeez.
You just,
that for
well,
nothing.
you said... Okay.
Yeah, that was on me.
So what?
I mean, I'm blaming you,
she
but-
turned Andy Dick gay?
I don't think so. I think he likes both personally. But I don't know the guy, so I can't really answer any of that, Scotty. All I know is she married one of my buddies, Monty, the guitar player from Madonna.
Yeah.
And they were married for years and had a bunch of kids. And
Wait, you were friends with the guitar player from Madonna?
You don't know this story either?
No.
Yes. One of my
Cool,
best
man.
friends from Spring Hill here,
Yeah.
Longview, has been Madonna's
didn't
guitar player
know-
for over 20 years.
Didn't know Madonna's guitar player was from East Texas.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep. It is cool. You're ready.
Awesome.
We'll get rolling.
Heck yeah.
All right.
How are you guys?
We're doing good, man. Doing good.
Awesome.
Let me hit record and we'll get into it.
Sounds good.
All right, we are back, and our next guest of the night is the Race Tech Privateer Check-In, brought to you by, obviously, Race Tech. Race Tech is the world's largest aftermarket suspension modification company. All Race Tech products include award-winning gold valves, and settings are 100% guaranteed and made in the USA. Race Tech also offers state-of-the-art precision engine services and parts to all engine builders. Visit racetech.com for more info and use that promo code MOTOXPOD to save. Tonight, Race Tech Privateer Check-In is Minnesota's own Zack Williams. What's up, Zack?
How's it going, guys?
It is
Just
going
living the
good,
dream.
man. How are you feeling coming off what I believe was your best finish of the year at your home track? A really great, the second moto, 18th, bro. What a ride.
Yeah, it was definitely a little bit of a weight lifted off my shoulders. I feel like coming into the season, I've been riding pretty good, and yeah, I was a little bit frustrated with the first 3. Just like, dang it, I'm like so close to points, but I haven't gotten them yet. So finally at Millville at the hometown race, we got in the points, and I feel like I belong there. So
Yeah.
hopefully that's just the first of many more points to come this season. So.
What do you feel like has been holding you back from getting into points? Has it been bad starts? Has it been the fact that you have like a real day job working construction? I mean, what is it that you needed to break through?
It could be maybe partially that, but for sure starts, but I think it comes down to my qualifying has not been the best. Just like getting going early, but I really been trying to work on that. A good friend and sponsor of mine, Cody Sheehan, has been coming out to the track with me, and we've been, every time we go to a practice track, it's like we're trying to mimic like qualifying. I'll go out my first 10 minutes and try to lay down like the fastest laps I can. And finally my qualifying was a little bit better at Millville. So it's nice to get like a decent spot on the gate, but like normally I'm, just barely qualifying. So like my first moto, I'll be on the far outside gate, and it's kind of, it's just hard to be confident on the start when you're that far out. But yeah, I mean, I, usually like the end of my motos are good. I just need to clean up the beginning, So if I could get out up front a little bit earlier and kind of like, I can usually hold the pace. So I just need to get going early in the races for sure.
Yeah. Let me ask you about that. We've talked about that. We've had a lot of privateers on over the last month or so, and we've talked about the qualifying in Supercross and Nationals is like, there is no, hey, this is just free practice. It's all, you need to hit best lap your first lap, which is not easy for a lot of people, especially probably privateers. You got to kind of get your bikes. You're working on getting your bike settings still comfortable probably for the day. It's just very, very difficult. Is that something you struggle with? Is like, okay, gate drop, I got to go put a fast lap in, even though I barely had a sight lap.
Oh yeah, for sure. And especially like, the working construction full-time deal might play a little bit of a factor into it, just because, I'm not riding every day and I'm not maybe as loose as some of these guys. And, like sometimes the weekend is my practice. So, and
that's not ideal.
No, but, I've been trying to like warm up a little bit more in the mornings, and sometimes that helps me. So, but yeah, it's just, you got to get going right away, and it's not always the easiest. So sometimes I'll try extra hard, and it's like, I just went backwards because I tried too hard. So
sure,
it's a fine line. And it's just, but I was feeling a little bit more comfortable on the bike this weekend, and I was able to just hammer down right away. And I think just practicing that intensity early at the practice tracks has been helping. So hopefully I'm just going to keep doing that, and I'd like to keep continuing to improve my qualifying for sure.
Yeah, so I love seeing the guys like you that, like you're supporting your job, and and you have a career, and also you ride and shred on the weekends. I love that, and I think that's like the backbone of our sport. And so, but I feel like the fans and everything kind of, or people in the industry, look at it as like not being able to ride and train every day is only a disadvantage. What are some of the advantages that you think this program actually gives you?
I'd say maybe just not as stressed about money. And, I feel like, so I did it for a little while, basically full on, like full time, just racing. But, you're not getting paid. So you're always relying on other people to basically pay your way. And it almost is like a confidence killer in a way. Like you feel like you're just kind of always relying on people. And I didn't really like that feeling. And I'd say maybe not as much pressure to race this way. Mm-hmm. But then again, it's like, once I get into it and I start, getting close and in the top 20, it's like, well, damn it. I just want to go back during the week. And that's all I want to do. I want to just focus on improving those results. But then, you're right back to the job site. So it's like, yeah, you're just you're daydreaming for the next weekend.
Did you go from KTM to Gas during the season?
No, I was on KTM, and then I switched to Gas, and I think it was a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
It was off season for sure.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw a picture recently of you on a KTM.
Nope. Been on the Gas.
Okay. What is it about the Gas you like? Was it just the best option at the time, or was there something about it that really suits you?
No, I was on KTM. I just like the KTMs, and then
the Austrians.
Of course, once you get the KTM, you get the cone valve forks, and then once you're invested in that, you have the ignition, and then it's like, well, you kind of stick with a brand just because you accumulate parts. And then when the Gas came out, I was like, hell yeah! I used to ride Honda, and I just am a fan of the color red. So
I hear that. Yeah, absolutely.
I was like, and I think the red Gas just looks cooler. So I was like, hell yeah, I'm going Gas.
There you go. I think if I was going to go Austrian, that's what I would do too, because of the red bikes. I was always a Honda guy until recently. So I totally get that. Totally.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're a little bit cheaper, and, all the parts that don't come on it, I'm already putting aftermarket parts on it anyway. So So
and
it's all good.
How is the Twisted motors, man? Jamie's killing it.
Oh, absolutely. He's got like the best bang for the buck, I feel like, and yeah, I seem to have really good luck with the motors. They're solid, they last, and yeah, you got to have something to be competitive in that 250 class, because I tell you what, those bikes are not slow.
No, they're not. I don't know what max horsepower. Well, actually, I do know. I think Jamie told me in an article I wrote how much horsepower some of those are getting. The factory bikes, which is just absolutely unreal. But so it really puts the 250 class really puts the privateers at a disadvantage more so than a 450 class, right? Because 450 out of the box is pretty damn competitive. A 250, it takes some money, takes a lot of work to get competitive with the factory level bikes.
Yeah, and it's like I just feel like the 250 class got a lot of guys in it too, and like all the amateurs that are no slouches, they come up and they enter the 250 class. So I don't know, the field's pretty deep, so I definitely enjoy riding the 250 a lot, though. That's why I'm still racing the 250. But the 450 class is definitely tempting me. Maybe next year I'll go that route. It seems like it might be a little bit more, smart on the budget wise.
Yeah, that's what I hear, especially at the privateer level. Yeah, there's a little more money involved, a little more purse money. So, yeah, but still, I mean, to do it as a privateer in general is just really not. You're not going to become a millionaire anytime, Zach.
No, exactly, and I know that. So that's why we're working during the week. But I love chasing it, and I love just kind of trying to achieve my own personal goals. That I'm obviously not doing it to get rich, but
right.
I'm thankful to have people that help me, and that people that are also passionate about racing. And I'm only young for so long, so I might as well. I'd rather do it now and instead of just regretting not doing it while I'm still capable. So
yeah, I like that. I like that. Of course.
Thankful to have the people that I have, and yeah, I just love racing the nationals. There's just a cool atmosphere, and just the tracks are badass too. You can't find rough tracks like that locally. You got to go race the national to get them like that. So that's partially why I do it.
That's the first thing you said that I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. Scotty, I don't want a rough track. I'm slow. I'm old. I want a smooth. I want my track to be like a brownie.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem with the local races, because everybody wants it like that. So they're always flattening out all the ruts, and I'm just frustrated about it. But.
Yeah, because I've come to Millville a couple different times and race on Friday and Sunday, and the track is so different because, like going down Mount Martin, of course we only go halfway, but we're dragging our brakes the whole way. And then to see, it looked relatively smooth to me in the pro race because nobody's dragging their brakes. They're just on the gas. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'd say Millville was definitely one of the smoother races for sure.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think they usually don't rip it that deep, so
yeah, it
actually was kind of challenging too. Just some of the turns, like you're fighting for traction a lot. But yeah, it's crazy. The national the track is so much different than any local race at Millville, so it's hard to even call it like a home track advantage.
Okay.
Just because of how much different it is. I mean, I'd say the only advantage would be just all the friends and fans cheering you on. That might hype you up a little bit, but yeah, the track is definitely more challenging for sure.
Okay, good to hear.
I've only been able to ever theorize this because I've never raced on an actual pro national track, but it seems like when there's amateur racing involved in the same program as racing, you've got 65 braking bumps, you got beginner braking bumps, and then you got the pro. I feel like sometimes those tracks can be even rougher because on y'all's, obviously the corners get more blown out and the lips of the jumps are probably pretty blown out, but I feel like it's probably in a way smoother.
Yeah, probably. I'd say some of the amateur races are maybe a little bit more choppy and just a little bit more kind of jackhammering you, but yeah, it definitely got rough that second moto at Millville, I'd say for sure. But I'd say they probably add a little bit more water to the pro races, so that's
deeper
partially
ruts
why they're
probably too.
A little bit deeper, yeah.
Yeah, after Redbud, I interviewed Ryder D, and he was talking about that was his biggest surprise was the difference in track conditions because there weren't so many braking bumps, but the track did get rougher where he said it should get rougher. Like for his speed, pro level riders like yourself, like, yeah, he said the track developed the way it should, which I don't know what that means, Rider D. It develops the way it develops. But yeah, I get what you guys are saying, you know, because when you have to race it on a track with guys like myself, we kind of screw everything up for you. We blow out your lines, and yeah, it's
I don't know, man. They're definitely blown out on the pro races too. So
yeah,
I wouldn't say it's all your fault.
Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not to blame. You talked about the crowd, and I noticed the hometown crowd. I stayed with, I don't know if you know Cody and Jilly Clementson.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, I stayed with them, and dude, Cody just raved about you all weekend. You gotta get Zach on the show. Zach's the best. Zach's great. Yeah. So and then somebody else reached out to me on Instagram, which is when I texted you. And yeah, you got a lot of fans, man. There's a lot of people there cheering you on. I heard your name over the loudspeaker a bunch of times. You're definitely you're a big dog at that place.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'd say Minnesota racing is alive and well. I mean, there's so many. That's one of the coolest things about Millville is just the amount of people that I know from racing. It's kind of like it's one big family up in Minnesota. So when I go to Millville, it's badass to like ride around on the parade lap and you hear all these people screaming on the fence. You kind of feel like a bigger deal than you feel like you really are. So
that's cool.
It's awesome. Yeah, Cody and Jill are definitely they're awesome people too. Yeah. And I grew up racing with Cody, so yeah.
He's a nut, man. He is a super fan, and I love it. Like it's infectious. Yeah, he's like, dude, Justin Starling's my favorite rider ever. And I was like, wow, okay, all right, I like this. And he's just, I talked to, who did he say he talked to? Filthy Phil. He's like, I saw Filthy Phil, and I asked him if he had seen Dark Side. I was like, what's his name? He's such Cody was awesome.
Yeah, that's a lot of Minnesotans. We have a lot of passion for racing.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's just because we're cooped up so much in the wintertime that. Summertime comes around, we're just fired up.
Yeah. The only problem, well, okay, I got two problems with the area. When you leave the track at like 10 o'clock or whatever time I left around 8, and I was driving back to their house up near Minneapolis, there is nothing open, nothing out there, nothing open. And I'm like, dude, I am so hungry. And McDonald's was like closed at like, the lobby closed at 7:30. I was like, come on, man. I felt like I was in 1983.
Oh yeah, so you got like Minneapolis area, everything's well populated and open, and Rochester, but then everything in between is just kind of dead.
Yes. The other issue is they have got to figure out how to get a Verizon tower out there.
Oh, I agree. I was fortunate enough. So Jake Veneta, the pastor for the motocross series, he had a AT&T Wi-Fi that he let me log on to, so that was kind of nice. I finally had service for one time in my life at Millville, so that was awesome. Cool.
Yeah. I would go in the media center and use the Wi-Fi. You could Facebook message or whatever, but yeah, my phone blew up once I left the track.
Yeah, I was telling my wife maybe we should just switch to AT&T just so we can get service at Millville.
Yeah, I have friends from Texas. We used to go up, or they went up almost every year before COVID, and they would spend the week out there. And they would, at least one of them would buy like an AT&T burner phone, like just do a 1 month, buy some minutes so they could have a phone.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Somebody told me you were training a little bit with Dungy. Tell me what that consists of. What does that mean? You're training with Dungy a little?
So he's obviously been riding up here, and so I mainly ride at the BP Moto Ranch. It's up in Chisago City, so it's the FXR. Basically facility. So Milt from FXR has been investing into it, and the Lohr family owns the track. So I ride up there mostly Wednesday nights. They have a practice, and I've gone out and rode with Dungy some days, but it's hard because he rides during the day. So the days I want to ride with him, I gotta try to manipulate my work schedule a little bit. So, but I've been able to do it sometimes, and I'll go out and do motos with him, and yeah, it's definitely fun to ride with him because he definitely, you can learn a thing or two off the dude for sure.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. So what is something you pick up or something you're surprised by that maybe you weren't expecting?
He just does everything so perfectly. It's almost frustrating, but he just rolls every turn perfectly. And then, I don't know, it's kind of like an eye opener that there is so much time to be gained, for myself, it's like you think you're trying so hard and you can't go any faster, but then it's like he kind of makes it clear that you can gain a lot of time and here, and then it all adds up. So, but yeah, it's just encouraging to ride with him, and yeah, it's definitely cool. He's definitely an inspiration for sure.
Awesome.
So yeah, I've kind of wanted to know if you kind of look for like local races that have like a kind of decent pro purse to kind of like, like, oh, if okay, I'm gonna go get a couple bucks here so that I can go do this race, or do you kind of search that way, or do you any of that at all?
I may have used to a little bit more back when I wasn't working full time, but it's like now I'm working so much, and racing the nationals consumes a lot of my time. So like during the season, I'm kind of like I'm making my money at work, and then racing on the weekend, I'm kind of feel like I'm fully tapped out. I'm already trying to just recover from what I'm doing. So I would say I'm not doing as many local or money races and stuff during the season, but yeah, like in September, I'll try to find some if they're, within reason.
Yeah, close by.
Close
Christmas money.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, I always hit that Justin Brayton shootout race in Iowa before the season starts, and good competition there. And then, yeah, like there's a couple down in Texas that I usually try to hit in late September, October. But
Pro Challenge?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I usually always
that's our local place.
There.
Yeah, that's 30 minutes for me, and Scotty lives right down the road.
Yeah, I can get there in like 18 minutes if I have to.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I typically always go down there and hang out with the Mun guys. And
yeah, you know what? I think I've seen, now that you mentioned, I think I've seen your name in there a couple times.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
I got a couple more questions for you before I let you go. You talked about struggling with starts. Did you have any access to a scoop, or is that something that you kind of really, you just don't have the budget for to necessarily have multiple tire options?
No, I ran scoop this weekend.
The whole weekend?
Yep.
Both motos?
Yep, all weekend. Yep.
Following it.
I didn't think I probably needed it in the motos, but I was like, if it can help me on the start, then sweet. But so the first moto, I had a decent start. I think I was running like 16th or something. And I was like, finally a decent start on the first moto even. And then I just dumped it in a turn and then dropped back to 25th or something like that. So that was a bummer. But yeah, second moto, the scoop didn't play out like I was expecting. So we need to go back and work on those starts a little bit more for sure.
Yeah, I think everybody went away from the scoop for Moto 2 except for Eli, and we saw how that finished out. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's really all I've got. Scott, you got anything else for Zach?
No, we're all too busy over here making fun of your hair.
Really? Is it that bad? Yeah. Well, you know what? That's not very nice.
Aw.
Well, Zach, dude, it was really cool. I wish I should have come by your tent and talked to you, man. That's on me. Yeah, I got really. Oh, you know what? I want to ask you. Are you gonna do Washougal? Are you making it all the way over there?
Yep, I am doing that one. So a buddy of mine, Philip Moss, he's from Minnesota. He's going out there to race 450. So him and his girlfriend are currently driving there now. So they're hauling my bike. So we're flying out there and doing that one. So.
Good for you. Yeah, that's a long trip. So
yeah, like getting the time off of work to drive all the way out there, just that wouldn't have made sense. So thankfully, it pays to have buddies. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, hopefully we'll move up a couple spots and get some points. And yeah, I might have to look at your fantasy handicap this weekend and see what it looks like.
Yeah. I've actually, my best ever outdoor result was from Washougal. So hopefully we can beat that one. So
okay, well that might be that's something I'm gonna look at then for fantasy purposes, Zach. It's very.
Yeah, I like that one. So and we're feeling good. So
all right. Well, Zach, dude, thanks for having some time for us, man. You were a really great guest, and I apologize for not coming by Saturday. I got super.
Cool guide you?
No, I didn't cool guy. I was just busy, man. The day's busy, dude.
Good,
you know. All right.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on.
Anytime, Zach. Well, good luck this weekend, and we'll be keeping an eye on you, man. Thank you.
Heck yeah, thank you guys.
All right,
have a good one.
You too. See you, Zach. That was Zack Williams. Yeah, dude. I think he's going on my fantasy team.
I like it.
I like it too. So what'd you think? Who's the best guest of the night?
AP. AP is my boy. You're my
AP's
boy,
your boy.
AP. I had to get that.
Brian says he's sending me a hat. Brian, I have hats, bro.
Yeah, you should see the picture. Oh, let me see if I can pull it up on on camera.
Yeah, my hair's jacked, dude. I gotta, why are you making fun of people? You know this. Not
I can't do that. Okay,
that's
here. This is the one that fully sent me.
This is like some flock of seagulls stuff.
It is.
Is
It's
that what it is?
Oh, dude, the last literally the last 10 minutes of this chat is all about your hair.
Hang on a second.
A
butthole making fun of my hair.
Oh my goodness, yeah. So you can make fun of my voice, you can make fun of my questions, you can make fun of my height, my shirt size, but I say something about your flock of seagulls hair, and it's all over.
I have never made fun of your voice.
Yeah. I don't never said anything about me sounding like Mickey Mouse or nothing.
Hey, Jilly did a great job on my hair.
No, it looks good. It's just funny.
Yeah, because I just got out of the shower and I didn't fix it.
It's all poof.
And it's all poofy.
It's all poofed.
But fully, I got a hat, bro. I got 2 hats, actually. One in the truck, one right here.
Did you know how to put that thing on or what?
I mean, do I know how?
Yeah, you seem to be struggling over there.
Well, I'm trying to do a show while I'm trying to take all the stuff off the hat. Boom.
Yeah, turn it around backwards so nobody can see the logo. Smart.
Wow. Scotty getting some zingers in
Oh,
tonight.
yeah. Hey, man, every dog has his day.
This is the Grill Your Ass Off second helping segment where Scotty roasts me over the grill with some Grill Your Ass Off
I'll put some MOTOX on you first.
Okay. Well, anything else before we go? We do have, just for those listening.
Someone said, yo, man, don't hate on Mickey Mouse.
No show next week, by the way, because I will be in California learning what my role is with my new job. I will be on Pulp Monday night with Cade.
Oh, that's going to be good. I'll check that out.
Yeah, hopefully I'll hold my own. Patreon.com. If you guys want to go to Patreon and support the show, it would mean a lot to us. Throw out $5 a month, something like that. It would go a long way. Maybe I could.
Fully said that's not a title sponsor hat. It's a Cherby's.
Maybe I could get something to fix my hair. Hang on. God dang, I'll turn it around. I never wear a hat forward.
I mean, you don't wear them like they're supposed to be worn?
No, they look. I'm not a nerd.
You totally.
There you go, fully.
You look very like SoCal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So our title sponsor, Cherby's USA. You having a Cherby's hat on?
Yeah.
I've hats fully. You don't have to send me anything else. You send me stuff all the time. He says, "Love you, great show, dude." Thank you, fully. You're my boy.
You look like Rob Deerdeck now.
I have so much Cherby stuff in a box over there. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I've got
for my forks to get here
I've got
tomorrow.
a box just like that full of Cherby's. Brian Foley's the man.
Yeah, too bad you don't have a bike to ride because you blew it up.
Yeah, well, too bad somebody won't help me out with parts for like they said they would.
Why don't you text me during the day and say, "Hey, can you do this?"
Well, you've been at your day job. Now that you're going to be a full-time moto guy, I will.
Do you have any idea how much crap I got going on?
Yeah, I know. That's why I don't want to text you and bother you.
But if you text me, I'll be like, "Oh yeah," and I will call him right away. I don't think about it.
I'll text you on Thursday on your first official day as a moto guy.
I have to make lists of things to do during the day. Of like, oh, I got to call this person. I had to cancel my doctor's appointment for the 4th time. That was supposed to be next Monday, because I don't know when my insurance goes into effect. I'm always making phone calls all day long, and all you want from me is more. You want free stuff, or you want me to make calls. Why don't you call him?
Oh, you send me his number.
I have.
No, you sent me his email.
Oh, that's right. I didn't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
I'm joking. Okay. Do we have anything else to talk about? Is there anything on YouTube chat? Anything people want to talk about before we let everybody go? It's been a great show with Aaron Plessinger, Damon Bradshaw, Zack Williams. I want to thank Cherby's USA, Race Tech, Fly Racing, X-Brand Goggles, Works Connection, Grill Your Ass Off, Power Band Racing, TruFusion Sports, Torque One Racing, R Jerky, Berm Lords Graphics, and Jersey ID, Shock Socks, Williams Motor Works, Extreme Colors, Blood Lubricants. Guys, every week. Guys.
Hey guys.
Every week.
Come check out my show. It's on YouTube.
The promo codes. I need you to use the promo codes. I need you to go to Grill Your Ass Off and order some stuff. Oh, by the way, I sent out the queso today. That went out. The poster went out today. So queso, please use the codes. If you don't know the codes, email us, motoxpodshow@gmail.com. I'll get you a code. But support these guys. Go to Works Connection. Go to use Race Tech. What? Why are you laughing?
That was another hair joke.
You can tell in a minute. Our Jerky, hit those guys up. The big ones, these title sponsors. We need Brian Fullerton and Talon to not bail on us. We need, hopefully, a Cherby's will come on board with Vital, and they could stay on board with the MotoXpod show. We need them to stay with us. That means you have to go buy stuff. Works Connection, X Brand, Fly Racing, Race Tech. Blood Lubricants. That's another one. I like my oil. I like them being on board. MOTOX to save at Blood Lubricants. You need oil. You guys ride. You need oil.
Are you putting them? I'm putting the on YouTube. I don't think I did it last week, but I've been putting the promo codes on the description of the YouTube page.
Okay.
So if you want to do that on the description of the other platforms, it might help.
I did on some of them, but there's only so much space you can put on there. But
on those, YouTube gives you pretty much unlimited.
But it's not that hard. You just got to email us, and I'll give you a code, or listen to the show, and I give the code sometimes when I remember. But just email me. It's not that hard. MotoXPodShow@gmail.com. So anything else, Scotty, before we go?
Oh, sorry, that's me. Someone called you Poodleside.
Who's that? They're blocked.
It was Sporting.
Sporting Wood, you're out. You're out.
No, man, you're totally in, dude. Don't even worry about it.
Oh, and don't forget, I need some of this. The metallic plastic is going strong at Cherubies USA. Yeah, you're like your shirt. The stuff looks bitchin'. It was on Doc's bike at Lakewood. The stuff looks good. You get the graphics with the metallic in it, and it really looks good. So go to your local dealership or go to CherubysUSA.com or wherever you buy your Cherubies from, Motorsport, whoever. Maybe not Motor. I don't know. Whatever your choice place to get a Cherubies is, get the metallic plastic. Be the only dude at the track with the bling bling, looking slick. It's shiny. It's really, really cool. Like, it kind of sounds, you might think, oh, it sounds gimmicky, but it looks so good, dude. I'm telling you, I want some on the Blue Crew. And if I get another bike, I'm definitely going to put the metallic on it. So I'll have multiple bikes. So metallic plastic from a Cherubies USA. Support those guys. Support our sponsors. Patreon.com if it suits you, because we like money. We like going to races. We like, maybe Scotty can get paid one day. I don't know. Like,
what?
Can pay his gas money at least.
Yeah, I mean, right now I would take it.
Would you?
Yeah.
Would you? Wow, what a surprise.
Yeah.
Oh, take it. All right, we're wrapping this thing up.
Yeah,
I don't feel like being made fun of.
Someone said it sounds like Step Brothers in here.
All right, we're out.
All right, peace. Thanks, YouTube guys.